Mr. Stuck, you're standing in front of one of my favorite race cars, just an absolute beauty. We're here celebrating 40 years at Sebring. Can you tell me a little bit about that first year of BMW North America's factory racing program, what it was like racing this beast here at Sebring?
Yes, my pleasure. This was for me the second race in the States at all. I was a young guy with 24 years with hair on, and it was very exciting to come here, especially to Sebring, because as a race fan and driver, Sebring, one of the main long-distance races in the world that's existing. Coming here, experience the track with this car, which was a beast to drive around, and then winning the race. One of my best weekends of the whole career.
So you obviously came from and went on to major professional racing teams. What was this program like back then in terms of size, the spirit? What was racing like back in the mid-70s here?
Yes, the main goal was to make BMW well known in the States. When we came over, people meant BMW means British Motorworks, But we showed them pretty quickly what BMW means, Bavarian Motorworks. So we took the chance. We did good races, fighting against Porsche, John Greenwood's Corvette and everything else. And I think the success we took here was the basic for now. BMW, a great brand, premium brand here in the States.
What was it like driving this beautiful inline six? The sounds from outside the car were amazing. What was it like inside, especially for 12 hours? Could you hear?
Oh, yes, you could hear. The engine is in front of us, and engine sound is something the driver needs to hear. You have a ref count and everything, but you still drive by your ear, And to handle this car around here, we had big tires on, and it was fantastic road holding. We had a big wing in the back for stability. It was just a pleasure to drive it around here,
My father always said he could tell which car you were driving because it had more bugs on the side of it than on the windshield. What was it like driving this? Was this something you had to be very clean and tidy with, or could you enjoy it a bit?
I could enjoy it, Asked my mechanics over there. They had to clean the bugs from the door. And that was kind of a car that needed the oversteer, It had, when you exit the corner with the power, you could gain some sufficient speed with a little bit, not too much, but a little sideways, Just looking for the tires, not to burn up the tires. But it was one of these cars to drive that really gave you a lot of fun out of it.
What has it been like connecting with some of your old mechanics? Because BMW's brought back the team, your co-drivers. It really is a celebration. What's it like seeing these familiar faces?
I tell you, it is a very, very nice gesture from BMW to bring us all here, to reunite us for this event, to bring the mechanics, to bring Johann Nerpasch, the old drivers, Dirk Strassel from Motorsport. Hasn't happened to me before, and I'm very thankful to BMW.
Looking at the new BMW Z4s that are competing in GTE that are carrying the honorary livery of the time, what do you think of the new BMWs carrying your old colors? Do you like them?
Yes, I think it looks great. I keep my fingers crossed for the weekend. Hope they win their class, would be great. And we won here, can you believe it, 40 years ago, and we're still here. So let's go for the next 40.
I had a couple questions from our readers. The first question is very simple. What's your favorite racetrack you've competed on, and why?
My favorite racetrack by far is the old Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, with its length, with its difficulties, uphill, downhill, around the hills. But the second most I like is Watkins Glen, so to have a good answer for American readers and fans, And the Nürburgring is so demanding. If you can master this track, no other track in the world is any difficulty for you.
You also have one of the most iconic photos taken of you at the ring with I don't know how many feet in the air, but flying. I guess that photo has also been fairly immortal.
Yes, now this place has been a little bit softened, so this little hill is not so sharp anymore. But it was this kind of place at the ring where I could make up some time by being very brave. And people say he is too fast for flying and too low for driving,
Do you look back at that image and just ask yourself, was I too young and crazy or brave?
When you're younger, you have to be crazy. Look at my kids, for example, Johannes and Fern. When I tell them, be careful that it goes in here and out there in 1 second, you have to. Look at young Formula One drivers. If you don't crash, you're not fast.
The last question we had from a reader was, what's the most recent LMP car you've driven, and how did it, or was there any comparison to one of the cars associated with you, the 962?
Yeah, the last LMP was like 4 years ago. I drove an Audi when still Dave Marage took care of the operation here. I make a shakedown. There's a little track near West Palm Beach. What is it called? I can't remember the name. Yes, but now I don't fit in. I can't fit in. I'm too tall, and my shoulders are too wide. So, but what I still do is driving a GT3 Audi R8 LMS at the Nürburgring for tire testing and taxi laps. So I'm still pretty much connected.
Do you enjoy being so heavily associated with the 962 because it's such an iconic car?
Absolutely. I mean, the 962 was to me the best race car I drove in my career. The combination of power, downforce, tire width, and sorry to say so, the big boys who needed to be fast, the utmost race car.